welcome back to my channel. It's been almost 10 months since we moved to Calgary, Canada, and the one question that I have been consistently asked for the last 10 months is to describe our PR journey. So finally, I thought of making a short video today describing our whole process from when it started to how we ended up getting the PR visa. Before I start this video, I just wanted to let you guys know that I am not an immigration expert, and therefore please do your own research and find out your own ways while you apply over here for the PR and coming to Canada as well. I am just here to share our experience and what we did to get our visa and come to Canada. It all started in the summer of 2017. Initially, my husband and I were planning to apply for the UK Masters program since my sister-in-law already moved to the UK and we wanted to go abroad to finish our masters and also just reside abroad permanently. I did get a few scholarships in the UK while I was applying, but during the end of August 2017, just before applying for the visa, we decided that we were going to opt against it because it was too expensive for the both of us to go to the UK, and there was no guarantee that we would be staying after our masters because there is no residency program in UK, and getting a job to get your work permit in UK was almost impossible. So we decided to opt against it and look in other places where the move can be more permanent, and we can for sure be residing as permanent residents instead of just being temporary in another place. Since we both have lived in Saudi Arabia, I know how it feels to live in a place which is temporary and you have no idea how long you're staying in that place, because Saudi Arabia also doesn't provide permanent residency, so our parents had to shift in the end to our countries. So my husband and I, we decided that we wanted to move someplace permanent and not do this temporary thing all over again where there is no guarantee if we were gonna make it. In the fall of 2017, while searching for places where we can move with any sort of work experience or the things which we already have like education and work experience, we found out that Canada and Australia offers permanent residency programs. We opted for Canada at that time because Canada was more lenient towards pharmacists and the process for being a licensed pharmacist is easier compared to Australians. The actual process started during the end of 2017. We sat for our IELTS during the end of 2017 and also gave our degrees for evaluation at WES. We both ended up getting CLB 10. So we had the English language scores. We've been also working since 2015 at the same company, so we also had the appropriate amount of work experience needed to apply. We both are also below 30 and we had full points in that, and our education was also the highest evaluation since I was given master's, so we could definitely start applying for Federal Skilled Workers Express Entry program. We did not have to go through PNP because our points were enough to apply for Express Entry, so we got directly under the Express Entry program. In the beginning of 2018, we got into the pool and we were patiently waiting. Within a month, we got the invitation to apply and we started gathering the remaining documents which are needed for the submission. We didn't have a problem with the work experience since we both have been working since 2015. My husband was working as a production approval analyst and I was working as an industrial pharmacist. So we didn't have much problem getting the respective letters from our employers. We also had the appropriate degrees and the IELTS scores to apply, but the only problem which we faced that time was the police clearance. Now, I just stayed in Bangladesh after 18 and I just needed to get a police clearance from Bangladesh. But my husband also studied in Dubai, so he had to obtain his police clearance from Dubai. Now, the processes of police clearance, if you are not residing in that country, is very slow, and the Arabian system is not as fast as the European or the North American system. So we actually had to go to the UAE embassy in Bangladesh, and they told us to follow a bunch of steps. So we ended up going to the foreign minister office, and we were running around, and then we finally gave our documents and all that was needed for him to submit, and it took us about 4 months to get his police clearance from Dubai. So that was one of the biggest hassles that we faced, because it was not easy getting that police clearance certificate from Dubai. And since things are also slow in both countries, both Bangladesh and UAE, in terms of this police clearance, we were not getting any up to date information in the website or anything, and we had to physically call them and check quite a few times if the police clearance had arrived in the embassy. Finally, it did arrive, and we did the remaining documents pretty easily. We did our medicals just before applying, so that when we had the visa, it would be closer to the medical date, and we would have a longer time to migrate to Canada. In the middle of 2018, we have submitted everything, then the waiting started. Within the first 1.5 months, we got an update in the profile that we have passed the medicals. So we were very happy with how it was progressing. Then 4 months from the AOR, we got to know that our background check has started, and we were pretty happy with how it was progressing. We thought that we are doing pretty well, and we will hopefully get to know something soon by the end of 2018. However, after that update where it says that your background check has been started, we did not get any further updates, and during the end of 2018, when it was over 6 months, we started to worry, because we had no clue what was going on and why was it taking so long, since we did have all the appropriate work experience, and we had the age for it, we had the IELTS scores, we had all the documents which was needed to submit for the application. We did all of that, but still it was taking a very long time. And then in the beginning of 2019, we decided to apply for GCMS notes. If you don't know what GCMS notes are, they are these notes where you can find where your application is standing, and it's best to apply after 6 months, because the processing time is 6 months. And if you apply anytime before 6 months, you won't actually know how your application is going, because they tell you that the necessary time for the application to be processed is 6 months, and it's recommended to do after 6 months. And while we applied for GCMS notes, we decided to go for Umrah, and also to just go on about with our lives, because it was just stressing us out, all this waiting, and we did not know if anything was finalized or not. So we decided to just move on with our lives. When we came back from Umrah during March, we got our GCMS notes, and it said that the reason it was being delayed was because the background clearance from Dubai was still being processed. So it was taking a longer time to really check out the police clearance from Dubai, and that was why our application was being held for so long. Since we did get an answer from the Canadian government, it made us feel a little better to have an update and to know where our application is stuck at the moment. It also said that everything else was processed. It was only the background clearance which was the only thing keeping our application in hold. Then in April 2019, we got another request to do our re-medicals, since it was about 9 months from our last medical date, and we had to get our medicals redone again in order to get a decision. Why they make you do this is because if your application passes over 8 months, there's a huge chance they're going to ask you to do re-medicals, because when they issue your visa, they do it from the medical state, and the closer your application comes to your medical state, the higher the chance for you to actually have to get a re-medical examination done, as it will extend the length of the visa. So in April 2019, we got our re-medical examination done, and then we passed it obviously within a week or so. In the beginning of May 2019, we finally got the golden mail, the passport request mail, where they asked us to submit our visas for the PR visa. We were happy, relieved that it's finally over. I know that everybody thinks that the process is only 6 months. It took us almost a year and a half from the preparation to actually getting the PR visa. And I can just let you guys know that it's not easy. It is going to be very stressful, but you all have to be patient and keep praying that it works out. I think the worst feeling in this whole PR application is the waiting, especially once you have submitted everything and your timeline starts for the processing, because nothing is under your hands at that time, and you just have to leave it to God and keep praying that things work out. But the thing I wanted to share the most with you guys today is that be patient and know that things will work out. It wasn't easy for us at all. We had to do everything from the scratch with bare minimum help. It was stressful, but I am sure that if you guys are patient and if you guys just have a calm, steady heart and know what you're doing, you can definitely get through the application and definitely come to Canada. We finally moved to Calgary in July, and it's almost going to be a year since we are here. I'm very happy that we chose Calgary to move in. It's a really great city. We are actually planning to stay here in the long run. So I hope you liked my video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family, those who are going through this stressful, difficult times and needed to hear how long it actually takes for the application to be processed. Not 6 months, that's just by the books, but it actually takes about a year to year and a half to do all the preparation to actually getting the work done. Subscribe to my channel if you're new and stay tuned. Thank you so much guys again for supporting me and for again encouraging me to do all these videos. I hope this video has been useful to you. Hope to see you guys in my next video. Till then, bye.